Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We had a brother who passed away about a week ago. May Allah have mercy on him. The brother was unjustly, innocently, he was murdered. He was stabbed and shot. And, he used to come from East London to the Matting in the Masjid. Even the last time I saw him, he came to a class. We were teaching a hadith in Birmingham, and he came all the way to Birmingham from East London with the East London brothers. So I want all of you to please keep him in your du'as, keep his family in your du'as. He was the only man of the house that was left. His father passed away just before recently. And if there's anyone that would like to help or contribute towards the family, because obviously right now they're struggling. I'm sure you can come to one of the brothers, inshallah. They'll hopefully make themselves known to you at the end. You can maybe give some sadaqah, give some money, inshallah ta'ala will go towards the family. And so on and so forth, yeah? Also I want to mention on that point a good thing. That last time I was here and we done a lecture, we done it on the issue of the murders and the knife crime and all that. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We found 3 weapons in the masjid, 2 knives and a screwdriver. So that's good and that's bad. It's bad because you don't just leave a knife in a masjid for a little kid who come in madrasa to come and get cut by it. So if you want to dispose of the knife, come, inshallah ta'ala, speak to me, give it to myself, give it to Taha, give it to someone in the masjid. I promise you they're not going to snitch you. It's not like that. Give the knife to someone responsible who will dispose of it in a correct way. Does that make sense? Yeah? The person who left the knife wasn't even very smart because it still had a tag on it. That stuff is traceable. If that gets to the wrong hands, you gave the knife away, but you might still end up in jail. So be a bit smart about it. Don't just leave it in the masjid. But the good thing that it is that it shows that the brothers are actually listening now. People are listening. And I'm saying this, if there's any elders that are paying attention, please understand that the kids are not going to listen to the police because they already know what time it is with the police. The police ain't got their best interests at heart. Nor are they going to listen to the community leaders and the teachers and whatnot and so on and so forth. Why? Because, we never raised them and cultivated them in a correct way. Does that make sense? But what they will listen to is Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they need someone to come and teach them that, and that's what we're doing. So to anyone that would like to support our projects and our cause and what we do, come speak to us, inshallah ta'ala. The reality of the matter is that we don't really get no support from no one, nowhere except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Does that make sense? Without any further ado, let's get into the lecture of today, inshallah ta'ala. The lecture today is titled, The Last Man to Come Out of Hellfire. The last man who's going to come outside of the hellfire and he's going to make his way into paradise. Straight away, what does that tell you now? That this is the lowest man in Jannah. And this was the lowest man in Jannah. He was the worst of the believers. What kind of nonsense did he do? He must have done so much wrong. Maybe he violated people, fornicated, drunk alcohol, slept around with women, done all sorts of madness. For him to be the last man to come out of hellfire, he could have been in there for millions of years, burning and roasting and toasting, and finally he comes out, and he's the lowest man in paradise. That tells you this man, he was the worst of the believers. But pay attention, he was a believer though. He was a believer though. Because the non-believers, the disbelievers, they don't ever come out of hellfire. And they stay inside of hellfire for eternity. Eternity. Do you have any idea how long eternity is? Eternity is a very long time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun, the people when they're going to ask to be taken outside of the hellfire. These are the disbelievers who are in there forever. I want you to understand how long eternity is, my brothers and sisters. There's going to be people, they're going to beg, they're going to say, Allah, take us out. The fire is going to come and burn their face. It's going to come and burn their face to the point where the narrations mention that his skin will start to burn and his skull will start to become apparent. So when you burn, what happens? Your skin burns, right? So the skin will burn all the way up to where? His nose. And his lips will burn, his neck will burn all the way down to his belly button. The fire will take him from the front, will take it from the back, take it from right, left. The fire will encapsulate this person. And these people will scream out to Allah. They will say, Allah, take us out. Send us back. Give us one more chance. This time we'll believe in you. This time, Allah, we will make sure that we worship you alone. Won't worship no Jesus Christ. Won't worship no saints in their grave. Won't worship ourselves and our desires. Because some of us walk around saying, I'm Muslim. Your name is Muhammad. You call yourself Mo. Huh? But you don't pray. Don't deceive yourself. You don't worship Allah. You don't believe in Allah. You believe in yourself. Have you not seen the one who took his own desires as a God? You worship your desires. Your desires say, listen, there's a girl right there. I must sleep with her. So you go sleep with her. Why? Because you obey yourself. You are enslaved to your own desires. You're not a slave to Allah. You made yourself your God. You see, any situation that goes in line with your desires, you'll do it. Because you are your own God. You didn't worship Allah, you worshipped yourself. So now you're in the hellfire. And you're out there screaming and say, Allah, Rabbi irji'uni, send me back. Send me back. This time I will pray. This time I will fast. This time I will give charity. Allah, this time I believe in you. This time I worship you alone. Do you know how long they're going to ask for? Imam Ibn Kathir, when he explained the ayah, he brings a narration for Amr ibn As radiallahu anhuma. Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhuma. In the narration mentioned that they will be calling Allah. Do you know for how long they'll be calling Allah? Begging Him to send them back. Asking Him. These are the ones who are spending eternity. Do you know how long? How long has this world been created for from the beginning till now? How long has this world been created for? They say this universe has been in existence for about 14 billion years. This universe has been in existence for about 14 billion years. How long will it carry on for until Allah destroys it when the day of judgment comes? I don't know. Could be another billion, could be 500 million, could be a day. Allah could destroy it next week. Only Allah knows. The point is though, let's go with the minimum. Let's just say this world's only been around for 14 billion years. That's how long this world has been in existence. The narration mentioned that they will be calling for not the amount of time that the world has been in existence, but times 2. So if this world has been in existence for 14, what's 14 times 2? 28 billion years. 28 billion years is the minimum amount of time. Minimum amount of time they're going to be in the hellfire, asking again and again and again, Allah, please send us back. Allah, please forgive us for what we've done. Allah, this time we'll fix up. 28 billion years, the minimum amount of time they're going to be calling. That's the minimum. And after that, what's Allah going to say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to say to them, you are not allowed to speak to me. Don't you dare utter another word. Don't you dare utter another word after this day. Allah will make them beg for 28 billion years minimum. Then after that, any hopes, any dreams that they had of coming out, never again. And now the Lord of the heavens and the earth, the King of Kings, spoke. And what did He say? He told them, be quiet! You are not allowed to speak ever again. So from that point onwards, there is no more talking in hellfire. The only thing that you hear, the only sound that you hear that day is the screaming and the sounds of torture and the sounds of pain. Even in that pain and in that torture, they will not speak. Because now they realize there is a Lord. So they will not speak from that moment onwards. No sound will come except for the sounds of their screaming. The brayings like donkeys. That's all you hear. That's for the disbelievers. A disbeliever, brothers, make no mistake, a person who doesn't pray his 5 daily prayers. I swear by Allah, I swear by Him and all of His 99 names, brothers, that man is a kafir. He's a disbeliever. The one who does not pray, I didn't say this, the Prophet did, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He said the difference between us and the disbelievers is the prayer. So if you don't pray, is there a difference between you and the disbelievers? Is there a difference? There's no difference. You're the same. You're a kafir. I have so many evidences I can bring you. For days we could talk about the evidences that a man who doesn't pray, a woman who don't pray, she left the fold of Islam. So brothers, after today, are you going to miss a prayer? Are you going to miss a prayer? Put your hand up now if you're going to pray every prayer from now on. Put your hand up right now. Every man, mashallah, that's what I'm trying to see. Mashallah, every man's going to pray. There are 5 daily prayers. From this point onwards, no one's going to miss a single one. And guess what? We all just bear witness and testify to that. So don't make this an issue on the day of judgment where Allah has to bring me up and Allah has to bring the other people up and say, listen, witness, did he not say he was going to pray? Okay, he abandoned it. I don't want to have to testify against my brothers. Only reason I want Allah to bring me up on the day of judgment, I want Allah to bring me up and take me and you, all of us, and enter us into paradise together. Does that make sense? So from this point onwards, brothers, don't ever miss a prayer. Don't ever miss a prayer. Shall I give you a tip? Do you want to know how to never miss a prayer? Stop hanging around with the people that you're hanging around with. Do you know why you said that you're going to pray 5 times a day? Do you know why you agreed to that right now? It's because, look, you're around righteous companionship. You're in a message where every man has come here on the same focus, the same goal, same mindset. So they all put their hand up, put your hand up, right? Right? Because what? You've been influenced by good company. The same way if you're out in the streets or you're hanging around with criminals, drug dealers, sinners, fornicators, then you're going to do exactly what they do. Because that's the people that you're rolling with. So brother, stop rolling with those people. Because I promise you, you made the claim today that you're going to pray 5 times a day. But when you go out there and you go back into the streets and you go back into the hood, you go back to the mandem, I promise you, they're going to take the prayer away from you. Does that make sense? So stay with people like this. Good. We're making progress. But like I said, we're not here to talk about the disbelievers. We can talk about the torments and the pain and the punishment and the hellfire for a very long time. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the believers. Not just any believer. We're here to talk about the last man. The last believer who's going to enter inside of paradise. The last guy who's going to walk through those heavenly gates. Those paradise gates, the gates of paradise. So there's a hadith that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. It's a long hadith. It's narrated in Bukhari, Muslim. And it has many different chains that have different editions that the others may not have. So I'm going to bring it to you, all of them. Not all of them, but as many of them as I managed to do in the time and off the top of my memory together. And the story goes like this. The man's going to be inside of the hellfire. And after all the believers who've been taken out of the hellfire, why are they being taken out? Why are they being taken out? Because they have a mark of sajda on their head. To show you why they've been taken out. Because they used to pray. They were sinners. They were drug dealers. They might have been murderers. But what happened? They used to pray. So they'll be seen from the mark of sajda, that when they used to pray and bow down and put their head in prostration to Allah, they'll be seen and they'll be taken out of the paradise, hellfire because of that. And they'll be taken into paradise. Once all of them have been taken, there's going to be one man left. This man's going to be calling unto Allah. He's going to be calling and saying, Allah, the fumes of the hellfire have poisoned me. They've poisoned me and its flames have burnt my skin. Allah, please take me out of the hellfire. Allah, they've burnt me. Please take me out of this place. And what will happen? Allah will not respond. Allah will let this man call for as long as Allah wants him to call. He could be calling for hundreds and thousands of millions of years. He will beg and say, Allah, please take me out. I've become poisoned and burnt because of the flames and the fumes of this place. And then Allah will speak to this man. He will say, okay, listen, if I bring you out, are you going to ask for anything else? He said, no, Allah, I'm not going to ask for nothing else. Allah, I just want to come out of this place. Just to be outside of the hellfire is enough for this guy. Allah saying, are you sure? He makes promises. Say, Allah, I promise you. I make a covenant with you. Allah, I'm not going to ask for nothing else. I just want to come out of the fire. Because it's too much for him. So Allah says, okay. Allah takes him out. He comes out of the fire. He sees a tree. He goes quiet. Period of time goes by. He doesn't say nothing. Allah knows though. Allah knows what he's going to ask for. He just came out of the fire. He's been burning for Allah knows how long, right? So the guy wants some shade. So he says, Allah, can I go to that tree? Can I sit under its shade? He wants to drink from the water there by the tree and enjoy the shade. Allah looks back at him and he says, oh son of Adam, oh human being, how treacherous are you? Did you not say to me that you won't ask me for nothing else? Did you not make covenants and promises that if I take you out of the hellfire, you won't ask for anything more? And here you are, you're asking again? The man says, Allah, please, it's the one thing, just send me to that tree. I won't ask for nothing else, I just want to go to that tree, that's it. Allah said, okay, no problem. We'll go to the tree. He goes to the tree, it's got a beautiful shade. Imagine you've been burning. It's the first relaxation that you get under a shade. Imagine on a boiling hot day how hard it is for you, huh? This man has been in the hellfire. It's the first time he gets some shade. He's not been able to drink anything because in the hellfire, do you know what the people drink? They drink something called hamim. Hamim is scalding, boiling water that when you drink it, it burns your insides. So he's just been drinking that and pus. Because when the people get tortured, and what happens? They start to bleed, and the infections start to grow, right? So pus will come out of their bodies. So all he's been drinking is pus and scalding hot water. But now he comes to the tree. He drinks some water for the first time. Drinks some of that water, enjoying himself by the shade. And guess what? He sees another tree. He sees a tree better than the one before. A nice tree. A period of time goes by. So he calls out to Allah and says, Allah, can you take me to that tree? Can I please go to that tree? Allah will look at him and say, did you not make promises again? You're asking again? Did you not say already, I'm not going to ask for nothing else? And the man will say, Allah, I promise I'm not going to ask for nothing else after this. Please, Allah, just take me to that tree. Yo, listen, that's how much hellfire is painful. That a tree to this man is like paradise. That's how much it means to him because of how painful paradise has just been. Sorry, hellfire has just been. So Allah will take him to it. Allah will take him to it. He goes to the better tree. He goes, enjoys under the shade, drinks some of that water again. And what happens? He sees the gates of paradise. He sees the gates of paradise. A period of time goes by. He doesn't ask for it. He's thinking, if I ask right now, it's going to look peak. I already got taken out of the hellfire, brought to the first tree, second tree, and I kind of made promises. I'm not going to ask anymore. So he's thinking, let me just be quiet for a bit. And then when Allah wills for him to speak, he will speak, he will say, Allah, can you take me to the gates of paradise? I'm not trying to go inside. He's not asking to go inside. He just sees these gates are nice. Imagine like a nice rich man who's got a nice garden, gated community thing. Just being outside the yard is better than being in the council estate, right? So he's thinking, I just want to be outside these gates. That's where I want to be. I just want to be outside the gates. Allah looks at him again, he says, you are treacherous. Oh, son of Adam, you are treacherous. You promised again and again. And you're asking me again. Allah says to him, listen, if I give it to you, you're going to ask for something else again. You're going to keep asking. He says, no, Allah, I'm not going to ask for anything else after this. Nothing else. This is the last thing. That's what he said, huh? Allah lets him, no problem. Brings him to the gate to the paradise. And as he's there chilling outside the gates of paradise, what happens? What happens? Do you not understand what paradise is? I don't know about you, man. Because obviously the Prophet ﷺ said, it's what no eyes have seen, no ears have heard, and no heart has imagined. So, but obviously a man can't help but imagine, right? So I don't know about you, man, but for me, paradise, Jannah, to me it's like a halal rave. It's like a halal rave. Because what Allah's telling you, there's girls there, and they're banging, yeah. And then there's alcohol there, there's wine there. Now I'm saying, the wine don't get you drunk though, it's sweet though. So I just imagine, all the man that are in Jannah just drinking. So I'm thinking there's a party, right? There's a party in Jannah, right? So this man, what happens? He starts hearing the sounds of the people in paradise. He's hearing all the noises. Like everyone's thinking, everyone's having a good time in Jannah, right? Everyone's in paradise, living it up. So he's hearing all these noises, thinking, I'm outside the party. Is my name not on the guest list? So he goes back to Allah. And he says, Allah, can I go inside? you let me go inside? Will you let me go inside? Allah lets him go. Allah lets him go. This is the worst man from the believers. Allah knows how many sins he done. Look at the way he keeps asking. Allah says, go. When he goes inside, Allah asks him, imagine he's in paradise now. He's thinking, what was going on? I'm here. I made it. Where's my girls? Where's my wife? That's what he's thinking, yeah. He said, someone bring my drinks quickly. I'm saying, when he goes inside, Allah, he asks him, what do you want? What, more? More! Allah doesn't even let him start to look at everyone else and ask for more. Allah beats him to it. Allah says, tell me, what do you want? Don't worry about promises. Don't worry about all those things that you said that you're not going to ask for more. Allah says, just tell me, what do you want? So imagine the guys didn't want anything. I can get whatever I like. So he starts saying, okay, well, I have some of this and I have some of that. Give me some of this and maybe some of that. And he just starts asking until he stops asking. He doesn't know anything else that he wants. Allah will remind him of things that he forgot. Allah says, you know what, I think you should get this as well. Don't you want this? Don't you remember this? You would have liked some of this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells him about those things. Until it's all given to him. Can he have more now? Can he have more? One of the narrations mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to him after that, after he's given him everything that he asked for, and even things that he forgot Allah gave to him, Allah says to him, I'm going to give you that, I'm going to give you double. Is that enough? After that, another narration mentions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he looks at him and he gives him 10 times as much. 10 times as much. Paradise, that which is in it, which he wanted, which he forgot, times 10. When Allah says that to him, the man, he says, Allah, because the man's shocked. The man's thinking, this is nuts. This is not normal. Yeah? Like he knows what sins he's done. He knows the madness he was up to in the world. He knows he just came out of hellfire. He's like, this is too good to be true. He's like, Allah, are you mocking me? The narration mentions, he said, Allah, are you mocking me? Are you mocking me, Allah? Is this a joke? Are you being for real? What happens? What happens? When he says, Allah, you're mocking me, you know how Allah responds? Allah starts to laugh. Allah, he laughs. Allah, he laughs. Look at that. That's the kind of Lord that you're disobeying. That's the kind of Lord that you're disobeying every day. A merciful Lord, he laughs. You know, when the Prophet ﷺ got to this point of the hadith, you know what the Prophet did? He laughed too. He said, ask me, why am I laughing? He said, because Allah laughed. And the companion who narrated this hadith, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he started to laugh too. And he said, you know why I'm laughing? He said, because the Prophet laughed. And the Prophet laughed because Allah laughed. And I'm saying this to you, laughing as well. Why? Because this is the way this hadith was narrated. Every time it was narrated and it was mentioned that Allah laughed, the one narrating it laughed and the people laughed. Brothers, how can you not laugh and find enjoyment in a Lord like this? And then Allah looks at the man and he says, listen, after he laughs, he said, listen. Well, he doesn't say listen actually, but you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds and he says, I'm not mocking you. Rather, I have ability and power over each and every single little thing. I do as I will. So Allah gives him 10 times the paradise. 10 times. Now I'm saying, brothers, are you still going to run away from a Lord like this? Huh? Are you still going to pick the pleasure of women and the pleasure of, bro, listen, bro, your guys that you're running around with, huh? Well, they don't give two damns about you. They don't give two damns about you. Do you think they care about you? Wallahi, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. I know you've been deceived. I think they care about you. You've seen the amount of backstabbing that goes on in your own ends. And you still think that you're going to be the one guy who everyone's going to love and show love to and this, that, and the. Bro, it's not going to happen like that. Not just that, listen, brothers. Wallahi, you know, I don't even want to say too much, man, but I'm saying this is Allah. I came here to just teach you about the kind of Lord that you have. If you want to go out and you still want to chase after that, you still want to follow shaitan, you don't want to follow after Allah, you don't want to chase after this, you want to chase after shaitan and hellfire, then so be it. But if you will be a smart person to wake up and smell the coffee and realize, listen, this is my Lord, this is the kind of Lord that I'm disobeying, then you're going to make change now. That's it, game over. Right now, you're going to delete all the girls that you have from your phone. You're going to unfollow all the girls you have on Instagram. Any sin that you're doing, if you've got any drugs on you, you're going to get rid of them. If you've got any weapons on you, you're going to get rid of them. You're going to stop thinking. From this point, you're going to say, I don't want to accompany the man them anymore. I only want to be with the brothers who are frontline in the Fajr prayer in the masjid. That's me. Brothers, I'm saying this is the way Allah is to the worst of the believers. Then what's Allah going to be like to you? I don't think you're the worst of the believers, are you? I don't think you're the worst Muslim on the face of the planet, are you? Huh? Huh? We've got a couple other criminal-minded people that are amongst us, right? Ain't you though? I'm saying, how's Allah going to deal with you then? You're looking for a merciful Lord to meet you and greet you and enter you inside your paradise, enter you inside His paradise. So you got more waiting for you, inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. So from today, let this be the last day that you live the life that you're living. And from this day, brothers, make change. And I would be cheating you if I didn't give you the following two advices. If you want to make change, then you do it with two things. Number one, you change your friends. Number two, you start seeking knowledge. Start studying.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, brothers and sisters. So that video that you just saw right now, that video was from our Matting in the Masjid project. This is a project that alhamdulillah has been running for a while now. Most importantly, with the permission of Allah, and then of course with the donations that you guys have generously been giving from your own pockets. We've been doing tours up and down the country. We've been doing classes around London. We've been doing mentoring, events, so on and so forth. And the videos are there for everyone to see. Alhamdulillah, we're very clear with how this money is spent, where people, mashallah, have been swarming the masjid, alhamdulillah. Now, in order for us to continue these events and classes and so on and so forth, we do need to continue with the fundraising. That's why we're asking you to help us out. You know, if we can raise the remainder of the funds that we need to raise within the next 2 weeks, that will sort us out very nicely to the end of the summer, inshallah ta'ala. Just to give you a little example of how effective, with the permission of Allah, this program is, just at the last event, one of the brothers came into the masjid with drugs. He had drugs on him in his bag. And after the talk and after the event, came up to Brother Imran, he came up to one of the speakers and said to them, I've been drug dealing for a while. I've got drugs on me. What do I do with them? I really want to change. He ended up throwing the drugs away. And that's just one person. That's just one example. That's just one story. And there's so many more out there. So please, brothers and sisters, donate generously and help us, help the youth, and in turn, help you. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.